Jesus had been walking and traveling and teaching and doing things, and he saw the multitudes. And if you started off, it says, and seeing the multitudes, he went up on a mountainside where he sat. He just went and sat. He knew he was going to have to teach. He knew people were gathered around. He knew there was a crowd happening. And he goes, well, I'm just going to get in a nice, comfortable spot, and I'm going to sit down because I figure we're going to be here for a while. And the disciples kind of gathered up around him as everybody else was kind of crowding in. And they sat down right along with him and instantly began preparing themselves to listen. He said, and seeing the multitudes, he went up into the mountain, and when he came and he sat, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them. Now, the Sermon on the Mount as a whole was not just the Beatitudes. There's a whole lot, Matthew chapter 5, Matthew chapter 6, to where he's really teaching different aspects. He's really doing a couple different things. I read one commentary in preparing for this that said that he was really proving himself as a teacher to the Pharisees and Sadducees around. But in honestly, he was teaching how to be Christians, how to be believers. He was preparing the disciples and everyone else for what was to come. So we're going to kind of roll into verse chapter 3. Like I said, most of you probably know the Beatitudes. I actually don't have the Beatitudes on a magnet on my fridge. We may have to build one. I mean, got the fruits of the Spirit somewhere on that fridge and buried between all the graduation announcements from the last 3 years. Just another magnet. Verse number 3, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Now this is not rocket science. It's not anything that we don't probably already understand. This poor in spirit is realizing not that we need to be weak or we need to be desolate, but this is those that realize that our very need, our very existence, we don't have anything without God in our life. He brings everything. There is a humility. There is a realization that we are nothing without God. When I look